Okay, it's my first video here, keeping it simple. This is a router, it's a Netgear. It's an older one. And the thing about the routers is they're always being new ones out there, do a lot more and a lot faster. But we'll use this one as just for an old example of what things I've always seemed to run into lately in the problem. These here are your different ports that you use what they call hardwired wires that go into this. Most routers almost always will have one port away from the others. This group of ports meaning you get to plug in, different computers into there, and this goes to your internet provider, which could be DSL or cable modem. This connects to that. This divides it into one, basically making this like a firewall between the other four computers, which is it's a good idea to put a firewall between you and the internet. But anyway, my sister probably can get more technical stuff on this, but just to keep it simple, that's why I'm doing this. Now, on these ports, like I told you, these four here, some can have 8, 7, 6, 5. They could have any amount. It just depends on how big and how much power you got, And always have that one going to the modem or your supplier, a cable modem or DSL modem. And this one, okay, and all these are always the jacks, the cords used here are not the same as a phone cord. These are the special cords that go to computers and stuff like that. Here's the power cord. What I ran into here is a lot of people think these go bad, and the router and stuff, and it really is not going bad. What it is usually, let me get one here, is this, the power cord. A couple of the problems with the power cord is the jack. And they say, well, what about the jack? The wire on the end here, right here where it meets the plug itself, people bend it over and it breaks the connection. Also, these are so similar to other ones that people unplug to reboot. You probably heard somebody say, well, just unplug it, that will reboot it. Well, the problem is they plug in the wrong power source, and these are not all the same. These are all different voltages, so you'll end up plugging too much voltage or not enough and ending up burning up the router. This case, I was given this one saying it wasn't working anymore, and as you can see, I tested this already and it's bad. I used another power supply, same power dimensions that this one has, so I should say specifications. Plug it in, the router works fine. Now, continue on with that. A lot of routers have a lot of features. This one is wireless and has an LED little dome, which really doesn't do anything. It's a little fancy light show, flashes out. This one here has what they call MIMO technology, meaning that their meaning is that it has the radio wave bounce off walls and stuff like that. The transmitter inside this bounces off walls, meaning it goes farther and stuff. I really don't know about that. It does work good. I have one that's a newer model of exactly the same thing, and it works fine. I haven't had any trouble. Yes, there are some that are faster than this. This, I think, 100 megabyte. They got 3G, 4. My sister, she could be all the technical stuff on this, but I'm just trying to keep it simple so people know what to do. Now, all routers have a way to reset them. If you lose the password to the router, not the password to the internet, to the wireless internet, the password to the router, admin control it's called. There's always a reset. If you can't find the password and you can't remember it, there's this little hole right here that you can take a paper clip and push in and reset it. Now that puts it back at factory default, which means any settings that you've changed will be lost, and this is all go back to whatever this came in as at the factory. Like I said, they're all different. They're all things. But the things to remember is whenever you unplug this thing, like I said, I've run into this many, many times. I always mark my cords. The power cords are so identical anymore. I put a little thing on them that say to whatever, like I say to modem, to the modem or to the router. Those are the two that are really quite similar. And basically, most people have them right next to each other and end up plugging in the wrong power supply. Now, the power supply will go bad eventually because this thing is on, most people's router is on 24/7. So that power supply will go bad eventually. I mean, it's just the law of relativity. I mean, it's going to go bad. So just because you think your router went bad, you might want to check into a different power supply or borrow one from somebody and see if. But I do strongly say get whatever the router requires as far as voltage requirements is what you supply to this. Don't be switching around unless you're a little bit familiar, or at least read the, all you got to do is read the back of the power transformers, and they tell you exactly what the power requirements are. Man, this is Bob, and I'm just trying to keep it real simple because, like I said, I'm not a real technical guy, but I know what I run into and what I don't. And like I said, these routers are changing continuously. There's newer ones that do a hell of a lot more than this one. Anyway, have a good day. Bye.